Many people pointed to the racial makeup of law enforcement when it came to the civil unrest we saw last year in Ferguson, Missouri, noting the disparity between the community demographics and then the members of the police force. In a story we aired last week, we discovered that in Jacksonville, the comparison among races is not a very wide gap. 30% of Duval County is African American, 28% of the sheriff's office also African American. So how do you develop trust between law enforcement and minority communities if seeing the same race behind the badge has not worked or isn't working? And we begin, Ken, with you.
Well, you have to work hard on that every day. The department, and it will, under my leadership, will resemble the community that we serve. It's a fact that when you have a racially balanced department that's balanced with the community, you're more effective. It's easier to build a relationship. It's easier to understand the plight of certain cultures, certain people. I had the opportunity to serve as an administrative detective in the Inspections and Accreditation Unit, and to be nationally accredited, you have to have a department that resembles the community. As your sheriff, I will be the chief recruiter, going out looking for the best and the brightest men and women to serve this city, this county, and to look the part of the community. She's telling me my time is up.
Mr. Williams.
You know, I think you only have to look to Baltimore to see that sometimes this is not a complete race issue. I mean, absolutely, a law enforcement agency in any part of the country has got to be reflective of the community that it serves. But it's more about the communication, and it's more about transparency. You have to work to build that trust every day. You do it through communication. You do it through transparency. And again, we will look like, and do now, the community that we serve. But I think, again, beyond that, you've got to reach out, you've got to communicate, and you've got to be transparent in your processes to allow people in the community to engage with you in those processes.
All right, Mr. Jefferson, if you want 30 seconds.
It doesn't really look like the community that serves, because we have a large, growing Hispanic population right now, and we don't have that many Hispanic officers that's there. You have to be able to balance it. You just can't say that the department looks like the community it serves without knowing the true facts. So it's something that we have to work on every day, and as the sheriff, being the chief recruiter, I'll make sure that that happens.
Mr. Williams, 30 seconds.
Well, I would agree. You do work on that every day. It's something you'd never take your eye off the ball, because if you do, you can find yourself, in a situation where you may have some issues. But again, it is something you work on every day, and it's something we'll continue to work on every day, beginning day one for me.